We're live at Dragonfest 2015. I'm standing here with Lua Michelle Manu, which just
Kumu Lua.
wow, wow, you know, take two, which just performed her hula at the Dragonfest. Now, Michelle, what we want to know is you studied Lua for a long time. You're a hula dancer. What is the correlation between Lua and hula?
Well, back in the day, some of the audience knows that Lua was concealed in the hula when the missionaries banned the fighting arts, and so went underground at that point and was considered kapu, forbidden for anyone to learn and practice. And when it started to come out again slowly, only select individuals were taught a less deadly or less lethal form of Lua, but it was still kept in the hula. So a lot of the hula dancers today, I always say this, they have no idea that they're actually doing fighting techniques.
Oh, very good. Now, you and I have talked extensively at one time. You had a really tough time coming into Lua because of your gender. How how long has it been since women have been allowed to study Lua?
I think it depends on the specific alohe and the family art. But I know when I sought out and almost stalked my alohe and trying to um, become and be accepted as a Haumana student, that he hadn't taught women for at least 15 years by choice. So now I've been with him close to 20, and so that's like 35 years of me being the only woman in the first generation black belts directly learning from him. I did hear that there were two other women that reached the Alohe ship in Hawaii, but they've since stopped. Once they reached that, they stopped training, never really taught, and that's just hearsay. So I can't say that's absolutely true, but if that is true, it's really heartbreaking. I think us women have a duty, especially those that are paving the way, that our mainlanders and Hapa and our women have a duty to stand where we are given to stand and to teach those what we were fed by our grandmasters. And so adversity comes with that, a lot of dismissal, as you can see. I mean, well, Valua warrior wears this, right? But, looks are deceiving. And I think that if we're always to judge people by their looks, and we're going to be sorely mistaken that that can wear 3 and 4 inch heels can hurt us as a guy. I mean, as a woman, I'm not saying I'm going to beat up every guy, but I have a lot of awareness that maybe some of the men might lack. And I also have the soft, which a lot of the kumus lack. So there you have it.
There's one thing that you're not going to agree with, though. And I said this
Here we go.
to Rusty. I said, somebody as attractive as you should not be able to kick my ass.
What?
And you walked away, and I said, that girl's going to be able to kick my ass.
Why?
Oh, shut up.
Stereotype?
She's got my back. She's supposed to have my back. Now I've got a knife in it. Now, when you said you were stalking, you were actually stalking
Yeah,
because
I
you were
was.
getting hung up on by the daughters.
Yeah, that's correct.
They're like, you're not going to study with my father. Get out. What made you keep going, though?
I don't know. It's when it's definitely a war quality where you can't explain sometimes, where you just keep persisting. There's really no logic to it. Something's just not pulling, but almost propelling you to act a certain way. And it was that I was just persistent. I kept calling back and saying, I think we got disconnected, and until he was willing to talk to me. So
Now, but why was he willing to talk to you? Was it just to get you to stop calling him? Was he going to ignore you? Was he going to turn you away? What made him? What do you think brought you together?
I'm not really sure. I obviously I think that it was meant to be, but I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be invited to watch a class. And right after class, he signed me up, and I've been training since. And its training has changed in the halau, but he still is Aloha is still very much the same. So
Very cool. Well, this is the Dynamic Dojo Talkradio show. We are live here at Dragonfest with our dear friend Michelle Manu.
you forgot my name, and I'm a dear friend.
Okay, she used to be a dear friend until now. And by the way, tomorrow she switches to decaf. Enjoy us for the next couple days, and we're live from Dragonfest 2015.